time to test, see if this is all good. I'm just gonna do a quick little thing and then make sure that I can hear myself. Yep, I can hear myself. Perfect. I think we're good. Let me get some things done. Whoop! That was a noise. Just gonna prop some things around here. Hold on. Oh, hi, baby. Didn't mean to stare at me. Oh, what a good kitty you are. Alright. Hello. Oh, you are so precious. Sorry, my cat is the most adorable cat, and when I was moving stuff around, she's like, pet me, so I came to give her some scratches. Okay. Well, hello. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Here we are. Fresh setup, I guess. So, welcome to the stream. So, figured I'll take it a little easy today, but I'm going to try to get back onto the stream here. I am going to put a poll up to start things off because I want to kind of get started. More on this string. Alright, don't worry, I am able to talk, I am able to update on things, and while that's happening, I shall also make sure that we are good to go. And close. Scarf. Okay. Poll is set. Start for everyone. Woo! Okay. So, today is going to be a catch-up stream with a mixture of getting things done and just talking about stuff and life and everything. It's mostly going to be chill for the most part. So I have a few projects here that I am currently working on. I switch between these pretty consistently so that I work a little bit on them every once in a while so that I can get them done pretty consistently. So, and within a reasonable time. So I have this guy. This is the beginning of a glove set with this pretty black and white yarn. Here, it's a finger weight, and it's going to make this really nice thin glove set that I am practicing different patterns of gloves because my partner wants to make a set of gloves for someone and wants to see different styles and stuff like that. So I figured it would give me an excuse to buy yarn and play around with different patterns, and that way if we decide to go with a specific glove for their friend, then we can do that. But yeah. So this is option number 1, is the black and white finger weight yarn on double circular needles. I cast on the stitches to start, but we might not, if we don't work on this tonight, no worries, I'll work on it another day. Second, we have this is the beginnings of a scarf, and I am currently making, what this is that it's for my Joseph Joestar cosplay from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. It kind of looks a little more blue on the camera than it does in real life. This is like a very vibrant green. But it's looking kind of like blue on the lights here. So this is supposed to be like a bright green, not a blue. It's really interesting that it's translating like that, because in real life it's very green. So it's a very interesting way to do it. But it's supposed to be Joseph Joestar's scarf, because I'm doing I'm making my own cosplay for this to try and wear hopefully by next Halloween. But my goal is to try, I would like to wear it for Ren Fair, but that might not happen. We'll see. But I'm going to try to get at least most of the costume done by Ren Fair, if not the whole thing, and I would love to wear it for Halloween. So this is the second project. This is next. This is the glove for a friend of mine. I have gotten most of the first glove taken care of. I'm separating off to finish the fingers right now. That's what these three are for. They're to make the first finger. And then I'm doing the four fingers, and then the thumb will go here. And then when I'm done with this, I would make a second glove that is the inverse of these colors, which will be the purple down here with the blue up top. This is for a friend that I will see at some point, so that's this, the third project. Fourth project here is this, also a scarf. It's a faux fur loom knit, so I'm using a loom to make this instead of a normal knitting needles. And it's going to be it's a bordered scarf with chunky yarn, and I went with a faux fur because it is very fluffy. It's very soft. I've been wanting to work with this, and I don't really do very much like amigurumi or other stuffies and stuff like that. I like to make a lot of wearables usually, so I'm going to make this as a scarf, and then I have a lot of length I'm making on it because my kiddo is gonna receive this, and kiddo, I was like, hey, do you want it like child size or adult size? And they like their things oversized, so they're like, duh, I'm gonna have it adult size. And I was like, okay. And so it's a very long scarf, and it's very hefty. It's a very heavy scarf because it's a chunky yarn, and it's a lot of weight to it. It feels really nice, but it is going to be heavy, so part of it is also like a sensory thing because it feels nice to touch, and it's heavy, so when they're feeling a little overwhelmed, they can just wrap themselves in it too, to help with sensory control and sensory care, because they like to have a little bit more pressure, and they like the feeling of the scarf. It actually calms them down, so I told them I would make one for them. So that's one thing I'm going to do too. So those are 4 projects that I'm choosing between. If I'm thinking that if I end up not having a decision made, I did ask my partner which one I should work on, and they gave their input, but I also will leave it up to chat if they decide to input it as well. But I have an idea of what I would do if no one votes, but I like to get some participation going to start. So, how's everyone doing? I was going to stream last week for the crafting stream, but I hurt my finger. It's practically all healed now, but as you can see, I have a cut right there. It was a lot deeper. It actually took a chunk out of my skin a bit. It was so bad, and so I couldn't stream with it because, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I couldn't stream on that day. And then I was going to stream 2 days ago, but then a lot of stuff was happening, and I got overwhelmed, and I couldn't. But I'm here now, so yay. I hope everyone's doing alright. I am currently just chilling. For those of you who haven't caught any other streams, I started school, so I am actively in college. I'm trying to work my shift jobs, and I did work for a little while at Domino's Pizza, but I stopped working there after the management treated me poorly, and I couldn't handle working there anymore. So lots of stuff happened, and I actually got an infection from working there, so I had to take a few days off and take care of myself. But now I'm back on it, and I figured this will be one way for me to make time every day. You know, it'll be fine. It'll be great. So I have a lot of things happening, and some new events are now coming up in my life that I was not expecting to come up, that I am also planning for and making choices for and having to put energy into it. So there's a lot of things that I will be working on and trying to do, but it'll be fine. It'll be all good. I'm very excited to get started on doing more crafts, though. I mean, I've been working actively on these three since at least, this was like the beginning of the year, I believe. No, it was like a few weeks ago. It was around the time school started, for this guy, and this was a little bit after this guy. This guy I've been working on for a little while. And then this guy is a new start one. So I like having variety, and then I try to work a little bit on it every week so that not one of them is getting all of my attention, because if I put too much put too much work into one project, I end up only focusing on that project, and then I get burnt out by it really quickly, and then I have to take a short break. So I bounce between projects to make sure that I work on them without overwhelming myself, you know? So that is the thing. And I'm pretty sure that most people are going to understand that, that this is going to be, this is just how my life is. But yes. I'm also learning about how to do a bunch of different things in order to make sure that I can work really hard on keeping up with things that I need to do in my day-to-day life, while also dealing with just existing. Alright, poll ended, and we didn't have any votes. That's okay. Alright, so here's the plan then. Here's what I'm thinking. My partner says that I should work on the fluffiest project, which is this guy here, which I am like, yes, we can do that. Although, here's the although though. This guy is almost done. I just have to get the fingers finished. The fingers and the thumb finished, and then this glove will be done. I would still have to make the other glove, but I could at least finish this guy off. I could do this for the stream, and then I can work the rest of the stream on this guy, since this is the fluffiest one. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by finishing off this glove, and then I'm going to set this to the side, and then work on this glove, the scarf, and then once I'm done with, and then that way when I start working on this project again, it would just be to start the other glove. Does that make sense? Alright. Well, here we go. So, I'm just going to move some of this other stuff to the side then. For now. Ooh. I'm going to put this guy here. This is part of the purple. I'm just going to put things around to make room so that I'm not dealing too much with issues of not having enough room, not having enough space. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Ha ha ha. There's that. Pooah. Okay. So I think we'll start with these guys, and then once I'm done with working on this, then we will call it good. Then I'll work on this guy. I do plan on working for a while tonight. I said I would start at 6 and end around like 10 at the latest. So if I end up working a whole bunch of hours, then awesome. That'll get me ahead enough that I can focus more of my efforts on other things too. So that's what I am going to do. So I'm just pulling out my papers that talk about the stitches for this pattern. Just put that to the side because I need to remember what I did, but that's okay. Let's start down here. Alright. So these guys are smaller than this here. There we go. Because the stitch is here. Yes. And then I'm just going to move this guy close by, because I know I'm going to need that, because I'm going to have to snip and then continue and then snip and then continue and over again. So don't mind me. I'm just going to work on that. Alright, I need this guy. Yes. There we go. Alright. No worries. Here we go. I say that way too often. Alright. And then we knit this until it measures 2.5 centimeters. No, 2.5 inches from base to top. So I am going to put a stitch marker, just a nice little stitch marker, right here. Because I am going to forget where it starts and where it ends. So to preemptively keep myself from forgetting, there we go, I am going ahead of the curve here. There we go. Alright. I mean, you can go away now. Here we go. Stop catching. So yeah, we'll finish this guy, and then once this glove is done, I'll display it, and then I will start working on the faux fur scarf. I basically just have to knit over and over again, so no big deal. It is really small, and I don't have too many small needles to work on this, but that's okay. That's okay. I work with what I've got. It'll get better once I am able to purchase more. I really do need to get that camera that I'm planning on getting to film my fingers and stuff, because the setup I have is not great, but one thing at a time, you know? One thing at a time. So I gotta make sure that it's all being separated out for the right things. No worries. But I figured that I can just sit on here and answer questions, talk about life. If we need to, talk about the state of the world and how we're all kind of freaking out a little bit. Well, at least I'm freaking out a little bit about it. Life is kind of scary right now, but we're doing what we can. And this isn't to state, you know, that I am trying to ignore it, because that's not the case at all. It's just really hard to talk about it when there's so much restriction on being able to talk about it, and I just wanted to acknowledge that this is something that I think about often, and I'm doing things in my community to help with dealing with our own problems out here, but there's so much to do, and there's only so much I can do, especially as you know, every little bit helps, and I'm proud of the little bit that I'm able to do to help. I guess that's the main thing that I'm saying, yeah. Alright. There's one round. I forgot how tedious this is. I've made this pattern before for a couple of gloves already. I promised I have a few friends that I've been trying to make these gloves for them for a little while. So I've made, oh gosh, this is like the 4th pair of gloves that I've made using this pattern. And this part always gets me. It's the fact that I need tiny needles to do this. It's a Patton's Yarn Inspirations pattern for one of the easiest glove patterns that I've been able to find, and it was free, so I'm utilizing it to, it's I think called the In the Woods Knit family gloves, so it comes in multiple sizes and stuff, which I was appreciative of, because I had people of multiple sizes that I'm making gloves for. They come in child size, then they have measurements for smalls and medium sizes, and then they have a large size, which is actually a pretty dang big glove. I utilized it to make someone's gloves, and they have big hands, bigger hands, and then I was like, hey, do you mind if I made yours in a large so that I can measure out how big a large size will be? And they said, yeah. So I did that, and they were like, it actually might be a little too big on me. And I'm like, oh, so this is like a big glove. So I like that. Somehow, as I'm looking at the camera, it's a lot brighter on camera than I was expecting it to be, but because it feels so dark in here. Maybe it's because I only have the light for the room on. So the direct light onto my work does not seem as bright, because it's coming from the light of the ceiling light. So that's the word I'm looking for, the ceiling light. But hey, it seems to be picking up pretty good on here, so I'm not mad about that at all. I'd love to be able to get like a little, I'm planning on getting a camera to set up so that it can film my hands, which will make it easier to work with. And then that way I don't have to keep propping my phone up here, and then I can use my phone to monitor my chat and show pictures and other things like that on my phone, rather than having to get creative in other ways. But yeah, Alright. Whoa. Don't tangle like that. Don't tangle like that. You are a lot. Alright, no worries. But I'm still loving where I'm living. I'm very happy here. School's going well. I am doing part-time classes right now, but I might move up to full-time depending on how things work. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to stream Mondays and Wednesdays for my normal schedule, and then sporadically I will do other streams too, usually related to oh crap, okay, oh shoot, hold on, I'm fixing, be patient, there we go. That could have been bad. That will be for like the normal streams, and then sporadically I will do other streams usually related to like a game that I'm playing, such as in the TTRPG sphere, or announcements for things and little surprises here and there, because I love surprises. Oh, I should probably get my measuring tape out. That'll be good. Get this measured out, because I know I'm not at 2.5 inches yet. There's no way that I'm at 2.5 inches yet. I just want to make sure that I'm getting up there. So that is the one stitch here. So I measure to here. Yeah. Yeah, not even, because I have to go up to about, I get to go to about, I'm gonna put that there. Measure and round, knit in rounds until finger measures 2.5 inches. So about here. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. So we're just gonna keep going. I did make this glove before too, and unfortunately, I had read the wrong measurement for the fingers, so they ended up being really stumpy fingers, and I was like, oh crap, I messed up so bad. So this is my second time making this glove, which is not ideal, but I understand how it ended up happening, so I'm not beating myself too much over it, but I'm also like, oh, come on, really? You could have at least gotten that. Yeah. So, part-time student, working, helping kiddo with school stuff and everything like that, getting settled in a new space, and some life event stuff has changed some things, and there's some plans happening. Big plans, and one of the big things that might happen in this next year, we might be buying a house, but I don't know when. That's something that we're gonna do. We're gonna try to do it, at least within the next year, 2 years, maybe 3 years. But we would like to get into a house sooner rather than later, and we have a potential opportunity to do so because of different circumstances and different things going on, so that will be fun. I would love to do that. It would be an incredible blessing if we can. I almost feel like you guys can't hear me over the sound of my needles hitting the desk. But until then, you know, we got a few other things that I'm planning out right now. Next week, it should be normal. I should hopefully be able to stream twice next week because stuff is happening. And then the week after, I will not be able to do anything. Might be able to do Wednesday, the 18th, I believe, because I think, so my mother is visiting, and she's staying with us, and she'll be here for a little while, so she leaves on Wednesday, so I'm thinking if nothing else, I might stream on Wednesday, but depending, I might also have to not stream on Wednesday, depending on a few things. So my Discord is open to announcements and stuff like that. But slowly I'm building up so that I can make announcements other places too. I just haven't been able to do that yet. I'm getting there though. There's a few things I'm working on right now. So, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there. It'll be nice. Well, hopefully these fingers don't take all night. They shouldn't, but sometimes it takes a little while to get back into the swing of things. And I might end up taking a break to make myself some tea, grab some water, and other things like that. I don't plan on, like, leaving, but, you know, like, okay, now time for, like, a quick intermission, and then going off and doing that, you know? I'm also playing around with, like, a couple of other things that I might want to invest in for things that I believe will make me, make life a little easier. We're getting there. I just would like for my rig for my camera, because I'm using my phone to record this and stream it, to stream and record it technically, and I don't wanna. I wanna make sure that it's not like a precarious rig anymore, because there's a few moments where I worry that I'm moving it a little too much, and it's very obvious that it's like wiggling. But hey, what do I know? I'm slowly building up, and hey, if worst comes to worst, I give myself a few hours on Wednesday to catch up on crafts that I'm trying to work on, where I try to finish them in a timely fashion. You know, that's always nice. Let's see. Whew, my goodness. Yeah. I have a huge backlog of projects that I'm working on or plan to work on. But I'm trying to separate them out into different types of projects so that I'm not overwhelming myself by working on all of them at the same time. The fact that I've limited it down to 4 is actually pretty impressive, because I have a whole list of projects that I know I'm going to work on, or that I'm going to try to work on. So the fact that I'm like, oh, let's just we're gonna limit it down to 4 projects at a time. So yes. I gotta fix my clip. There we go. Got my hair up, and I have this really cute claw clip that my kid got, and then they cut their hair, and so they're not wearing it anymore. They're not able to utilize the clip, which I'm like, hey, if you aren't able to wear it, do you mind if I wear it? And they said sure. So I have been wearing it. It's very cute. It's like a Sailor Moon one, and I've been enjoying it. I mostly wear it around the house and stuff like that. Which reminds me, I need to make more headscarves to help with that, because I know that they helped me put my hair back without having too much tightness on my hair follicles, which end up feeling a little intense after a while. So, trying not to put too much elastics in to effectively make my my hair dented and whatnot. Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm not moving as fast. I blame the fact that it's such a small amount of needle space for these needles, and it's not circular needle formatted, it's double pointers, so it's a very specific style of it that I'm like, oh boy. It'll be fine, but I just feel like I'm moving slower than I normally would, because I keep bapping into the other needles. Yeah. Also, my nails don't look great. I have a very bad habit of picking my nails and sometimes chewing them. I try not to, but anxiety gets the best of me at times, and ends up happening. But my goal is to try to take better care of things that would be considered vanity care. So makeup, hair, skin, and nails, as well as like clothing and body and stuff like that, because there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a little more on the vain side when you're not used to doing that for yourself. So I'm gonna do that for myself. Oh, hey, look at that! We're getting a little finger here. Well, it's the pointer finger, so it's gonna basically be that. Well, this is for the right hand, so it's gonna be like that, and then the thumb's gonna pop up on this side. Is it right hand? I think it's right hand. I'll show once I'm done. It's probably better to show it after I finish making rather than while I'm still making it. It's better to measure that way anyway. So, after this next round, I will check measurement and see where we're at. I don't believe we're at 2.5 inches. I believe we might be at 1 inch, but I am terrible at telling length based on eyes, like approximation. I don't know what it is, but for some reason I could not tell you how much an inch is without seeing it on a ruler, and I have tried so hard to master that, and it's really difficult. Like, approximations by sight are not my forte, which I do not understand why. Maybe it's a neurodivergence thing. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But it's something that I deal with. And hey, that's why I double check things, is because I can't trust my brain 100% of the time. Okay. My main goal tonight, the latest I think I'm going to pack up and end this will be about 10. Which means, so I started this stream at 6 Eastern Standard Time. So, if I finish at 10, that's about 4 hours. I should be able to have this done by then. No! Oh no! Where'd it go? Where did it go? One of my needles disappeared. Where did it go? It literally vanished. Hold on. What? Wow. Okay. So I had a needle literally disappear. My big purple guy fell out of my hand and disappeared. What? Okay. Well, that just happened. Where'd it go? I need it. Leave it to me to lose a freaking knitting needle without moving. That's a feat. Did it fall back in here? No, I don't see it. Where on earth? Okay, hold on. It can't have gone far. There's no way that it just poofed. Why is it poofed? Where'd it go? This is insane. Hold on. I'm going bananas here. There's no way. How? How did if it's freaking gone. It freaking disappeared. Oh, found it. Found it. Okay. Oh. It I was holding it and then it slipped from my hand. My fingers even. And I was holding it like this. And then I hit the side of my desk like this, and it slipped from my hand, and it just disappeared. I found it. It ended up landing in a different basket. But, what on earth? How? I've been dropping things weirdly today anyway. I shouldn't be surprised. Whew. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm just going to finish this. We'll measure it, and then we'll see what is next on the list to do. That. Okay, let's just make sure. Where's my, there it is. Just gonna quickly measure this guy, make sure that we're at the same level. Okay, yeah. We're getting there. It's a little over an inch, so we need to bring it up to 2.5 inches. So we'll do this a few more times, probably after, let's see, how long has the stream been going for? 40 minutes, 44 minutes. So we'll say once we hit about an hour, we'll check again and see how we're doing. That's about 15 minutes, so I don't want to check too often because I know that when the process of checking makes me move slower because I'm not actively moving and I'm not getting in the groove of things, which is a bit of a not so stable groove because I have to work with mixture of small and big needles, and it's a little finicky. But that's okay. I'm thinking once we finish off one finger as well, we will I will go get myself something to drink. I'll probably do a cup of water as well as some tea. I know tea might take a second though. So, that's a good goal. That sounds like a good goal to me, actually. Once we're done with this, I will have water and tea. I ate a pretty big lunch today, so I'm not like particularly hungry, but maybe a snack here if I feel peckish, but ooh, excuse me. My life has been busy. I am trying to catch up on a few days of work stuff, and I'm also trying to work to earn money so that we don't miss out on a few things and everything. Most of my money is going towards bills right now. If not all of my money, because that's just the state of the world right now. Everyone's a little broke, which is reasonable. Like, that makes sense, right? So, for me, I am mostly just gonna work on getting a few things done. Every day. A little bit here, a little bit there. Try to catch up as much as I can on finishing stuff. It'll be fine. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I looked over and my cat is just the cutest baby. She's wound up on her tower and she's tucked her face in her paws to just give her face a little squish. And I'm just sitting here like, you're so wonderful. No, I can't be yawning already. It's not even time for me to be yawning yet. I technically am giving myself like, I wake up in the morning around 6, and then I try to get everything set up for the day, and then I get everything set up for the day, get myself ready for doing things, and then I try to be actively working by 7. I work best in the mornings usually, and then I try to kind of take a break around like 5 before for like the final bits of the day. Like, I try to finish off around 5 with a small break between from when I start working to when I'm technically done working. And then streams kind of count as like their own thing. So some streams will be an extra push to finish a bunch of things before the end of the day. Like, kind of get ahead of the next day or something along those lines. And then there's also going to be days where I'm mostly working for Shipped, just to help with financing. And then I also technically work on weekends too, because when you work for yourself / do school, you don't really get too many days off. But I'm trying to make sure Sundays I at least am doing it a little easier than not. Make sure that that's all good. I would watch a thing. Like, I would be like, hey, let's watch and knit together, but I don't know what I would be able to put on to watch together that isn't going to cause issues. Or listen to an audiobook. That's also a good idea. Just listening to an audiobook while I'm doing things. But I have a lot of other stuff happening too. But currently, most of the shows that I watch, I don't have like Netflix or Hulu or anything like that. We have Crunchyroll, and I use Viki for Asian dramas specifically. Most of them are Korean, Chinese, some Japanese, Thai, Thailand, and Taiwan. A couple of Vietnamese, and I did see that there was like 1 or 2 from the Philippines. So it's pretty much, it's good for Asian dramas, which I've been getting into last couple of years. It's been one of my guilty pleasures. I've very much enjoyed watching a bunch of them, and so I even have a little tracking system in one of my notebooks that I do in order to keep track of what shows that I watch, as well as kind of give myself a little like TV program when I decide to make a day of watching my Asian dramas, so that I'm not burning out too quickly by watching only one, because that's something about my brain that is quite, that is a pattern that I've noticed. If I focus too much on one thing for too long, like I get really into this one thing, it effectively causes me to hyper focus on it, and then I allow myself to hyper focus on it, and then when I'm done hyper focusing on it, whether I'm completed with the project or not, it will make it really hard for me to do another one or anything along those lines. So I have to be careful to not overdo it on one project versus another. So, like, for instance, my fiber arts crafts, that's why I have a number of, just noticing it's a little fuzzy. It's a little fuzzy. I don't know what's going on. Where is my mind? That's why I have a number of projects at the same time, because if I focus too hard on one project, like, for instance, when I promised my dudes, my friends, and my family that I would make everyone gloves, and I chose this pattern, I was able to work on 2 gloves before I was like, do I really need to make another set of gloves? This is so much work. This is so much work. And I even like took short breaks between making gloves versus not making these gloves, and it still took me a while to get back into it. So I am just like, okay, I'm going to do it. It's going to be fine. No big deal. I need to space out when I'm doing it. So if I'm actively working on a couple of projects at a time, usually all doing different things, it gives me enough variety in my projects that I can focus longer on doing the same pattern over and over again, because I am bouncing between the projects, which makes the life of working on this longer. It's weird how the brain does that, you know? It's just something I've noticed. I feel like my camera's like really out of focus and I don't know how to fix it. Can you see my hand? Hoping that helps at least a little bit. It's not the best. I do need to get a document scanner because at least that it's a self-setup kind of camera. It has a light, it has a microphone. I can attach it to my computer and that way it's easier to stream. It'll be nice. I have plans. I just have to get the money to save up for that while I'm also fixing the finances I have right now. Alright, let's do a quick measurement because that's a good amount of length right there. So I'm going to get out my handy dandy measuring tape here. Just gonna go, nope. Okay, look at that, we're getting there. We're almost at 2. We're about at like a little under 2 inches. So that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Give me 1 second. I am going to quickly get myself some water. I'll be right back. Hello, pretty kitty. Oh, you're so pretty. I would bring you guys over to see her, but I don't think she'd want that. It's just water. Yeah. It's a good kitty. Yep. Boop. Okay. Water is procured. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let me just get some gulps in. Woo! Okay. So, why is it so out of focused? This is, excuse me. Can I bring that up a little bit? Is that working? Kind of? I don't understand. I mean, it's a phone. It's not the best quality to film off of. It's better. I mean, it is better. Alright, well, let's continue. That should be fine. That should be good. Wah! Alright. So, last that we measured, it was about just under 2 inches, and we need it to be 2.5 inches. So, I'm just, oh, that looks much better. Actually. I guess I just needed to, like, refocus the camera, which is fine. So when in doubt, use old tricks. So I'm just gonna keep going, and then we'll check in like 10 minutes. See if we can get it up to 2.5. Oh good, that water did help. Sometimes it's just, you just need to hydrate, people. Sometimes you just need to hydrate. Everybody, hydrate! I almost started singing a song that I knew was gonna get issues. Like, I might get issues with that, so I forget that when you're streaming, you can't just sing any song that you want, because they might be like, oh, gasp, copyright. It's like, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm not trying to play music or do anything like that. I'm just jamming out to music. That's all I'm doing. Ah, sorry. I am sorry. But hey, no big deal. No big deal. We'll see how late I stay up for tonight. I'm usually an early to bed, early to rise kind of person, so it's not the worst thing, but it's also annoying when I am doing things that require me to stay up late, because I'm like, oh no, but I want to do this thing. Oh, but you're gonna have to stay up to do it. Fine. I am going to stay up late to do that, but I'm not going to be happy that I have to stay up late. Because if I get to get everything done before like 3 p.m., that's like my ideal day. That I'm able to get everything done before like 3. But I also know that's not realistic. Not in this world. Not yet. At some point, I would love to be able to be like, oh, I got like most of my things done by like 3 o'clock, and then maybe like the later in the day hours is more like, oh, and then I take care of like a few small things that aren't too crazy, or it's mostly like, oh, and then I do meetings, and then I do this, and I do that, so then once I'm done, I'm like, okay, double check everything looks good, okay, we can end the day, and then I can spend the rest of the time with the people that I want to be around the most. But hey, you know what? I'm here, I am hanging out, and everyone is welcome to hang out with me, so it should be fun. We should be having a grand old time. For the most part, it'll be great to just do stuff together. I need to look into the guidelines about listening to something while I'm on stream, because I don't want to be like constantly listening to things, but maybe enough of it to, I don't know, maybe it would be like, maybe I should make like a script or something like that, and then talk about stuff while I'm also doing this. I don't know, that feels a little too, I guess if more people are interested in like me talking about specific things, like certain subjects, certain ideas, certain media like review stuff, maybe I'll consider that. I'm not against the idea, I just don't know how interested people are going to be to watch that kind of stream where I'm talking about a number of things, especially as a person that doesn't have a lot of influence or a lot of eyes on her. I mean, I don't. I'm not really well known and like, people don't really want my perspective on stuff unless you like know me more personally or you try to get to know me, which I'm not against, like, talking about things. I just don't know what I would be talking about. I guess this is sort of a brainstorm session on top of a knitting section. So create with me, create and chat, knit and crochet. I guess I could come up with some ideas. Maybe next time I'll discuss something while I'm working on something. I don't know. This, what would I discuss though? That's the real question. What could I possibly discuss while doing this with my hands? I don't know. I guess I have a lot I can talk about because I have a lot of interests in things. And focus in, please. Can I have you focus? There we go. Gotta reset the camera sometimes. Well, you know what? I'll see. Maybe I'll post something in the Denizens group. Denizens is my Discord group. That's where most of the activity happens right now. I have some really cool people in that group that are awesome people, and I enjoy hanging out with them and chatting, and there is a chance to expand the community, but we also know that that's not necessarily the case. Which is fine. I mostly like sharing. I mostly like doing things with people that I think are cool. And I enjoy. Alright, let's see. Let's do another measurement, shall we? Let's see how much this has grown. Yay! That's about 2.5 inches. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is the next part of this is I'm going to then knit 2 together 8 times, which will leave 8 stitches between all 3 of these. So let's see how well we do. Some one of them is two needles are odd ones, and this one's an even one, so I shall work on making sure that that's fine. It should be good. Whoop. So knit 2 together. Perfect. That's 1. That's 2. I'm going to put these two on the same needle. So then it's another knit together. So I'm going to do these two together. Fantastic. So that's 3 on this needle. I'm going to put 4 so that it's even on this one. And then I'll try to do 4 on the next one as well. So then I can just go between the two. And put you to the side. I don't need to hold you down. So then this one will also be another one. That is 1 stitch, right? Yeah, that is perfect. That's 1. And then we'll do, oh, it's got a little bit of a small one, so we'll just have to keep that in mind. 1. And that's 4, so then it'll be knit these two together, which is going to be 1. So that's 5 knit togethers. Here's a second one. 2, then 3 and 4. Ooh, the glove's spinning. Then we do just knit between these two. So we're just gonna knit all the way around, and then once we're done with that, we will, whoa, get that undone. Oh my goodness. Ooh, okay. So, just gonna knit all the way around edges. Okay. This guy. One, and we'll get this guy. Wow. And then all right. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and then the last bit is to knit together 4 times so that there will be 0 stitches. So then it would be it'll be 4 stitches total, and then I break off the end and then weave through with my handy dandy darning needle, which is in here somewhere. There you are. I really love this thing. I got it off of Hobie, and I got it because I earned enough points to get it. So the next order that I did, I ordered that, and then I got a darning needle that I spent my points on to get. So that's awesome. Alright, so now we just put them on this same needle here. So I'm just gonna do knit 2 together here, knit 2 together here, and then it'll be this guy is also knit 2 together. Knit 2 and last knit 2. Oh crap. Okay, let's try that again. Knit 2 together. Ooh, perfect. Haha. And that leaves us with these 4 stitches here. So I'm gonna leave on one end. So we're gonna do like about, that seems like about a good amount. One end. This gives us enough time to sew it up. Where did my clippies go? There they are. I'll just cut about here. I'll put this in here. And then what we do is we thread it through these 4, and then we knot it. Just have that here, thread it through, pull it tight, knot it, and then we'll fix that in the end. Okay. I'm just gonna double knot it, and then when I go through to weave in all the ends, which will be its own thing, I will then chop off the excess length on top so that it's not too bad. That is a finger done. Huzzah! We did it! I can remove this guy now. I forgot how intense fingers are to get to do. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Alright. Well, that's one. Next up, is going to be to do the next bit. And there are okay, here we go. Fix that. Be on this side. Okay. So next we have the next finger. Oh man, I don't know why I got so tired all of a sudden. I apologize. I feel very tired. I don't know what happened. I suddenly feel winded, so, I finished this. This is done. I should make the second finger. Oh boy. Okay. I'm sorry, I suddenly feel very, very, very sleepy. I think I've hit my point. It should have been a longer stream than it is, but, I hit a wall. I'm currently super tired, and I didn't get a chance to really do much except work on a finger. I guess that was my limit for today. Well, I think I'll call it here for now. I'll try to do a full stream next time. But I am gonna listen to my body, and if it tells me to stop, there's a reason for it to tell me to stop. I guess I've expended all my spoons today, so I'm gonna go. Thank you all for being here. For anyone that's actively listening right now, thank you. I promise I will try my best to try for a longer stream next time. Maybe I'll change up the schedule a little bit. I don't know yet. I'm still figuring this out. But yeah, we'll talk more soon. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.